Is the Neo. Say hello to the people on the video. This is Neo, and Neo is going to be 4 years old on November 8th. So he's almost going to be four, huh, Neo? And he is a Labradoodle. So, and he is a little bit of a, sometimes he can, when he wants attention, he can be a little bit too much. Hello, hello, everybody. It's that time again. I took a little bit of a poll on my Facebook page to see what is it that the people that are watching my videos really want to see. And I've taken all of that into account. And so this week, we're going to do another exciting video with a crystal reading. Okay, so this crystal reading is for humanity, and I've called it the light, the dragon, and the doorway. So without any further ado, I'm going to get the picture on to the screen here, and we will go forward like we do always when we do the crystal reading. And then at the end, I am going to incorporate a meditation to help people to bring this message that's coming in for humanity in for themselves so that they can work with the symbolism and the what came through with the crystals. So let's start with unpacking the crystal. As you know, I always take an image of the crystal so that you can see what I'm seeing, and I can draw on here so that I can show you what I'm seeing. Okay. So first of all, in the middle, um, it's across the whole, basically it goes from top, almost top to bottom of the whole crystal. You can see this shape in here, right? That I'm gonna trace around right now. And to me, it looks like an angelic male being holding his arms out with a huge rectangular, this is like a rectangular cube. It's like in a cube shape. So when I'm saying a rectangular, it's not totally square, but it is kind I'm going to keep going forward in the reading. I'll just be telling you, I'll be saying cube. So it looks like he's holding up this cube, and it's like an object. And see, his arms are coming out here. He's got like golden um, light filled hands, and it's just like this, it's kind of coming in through into his heart, into the heart chakra, solar plexus possibly as well, and it's radiating golden light from it. Now under him there's another set of arms right here that seems to be outstretched underneath this being. Okay. And then we have, oh, we'll go above the being. So there seems to be, this is the face of a dragon. It's kind of cute. And he kind of stretches all the way down around this part, like at the top of the crystal ball. And let's see, what else do we have behind behind this being? Back here is what looks like a black hole. There's like a swirl here, and then it goes down into this like black hole type of a thing. I don't know if it's something like a hole in the fabric of reality or what that is. And underneath this being is a koala bear. It's a tiny little koala bear. He almost looks like he's holding up a piece of paper, a piece of sheet music or something over here that's part of the other being. And then underneath this fella is another kind of light being that has like a wand, like an alchemy. It looks like they're doing alchemy. There's like a feather over here. Looks like they're doing something, some kind of alchemy. And then underneath here, I saw another being kind of riding or pushing out what looks to me like the inside of a lock mechanism. So the way I can explain this is inside the door itself, I don't know, over here in Ireland, we have this like, because I've seen my husband take out the door lock thing, and it's like this big thing that goes inside the door, and it's like got a casing on it, and that's where you right in here, like this whole thing is like a casing, and this is where you would stick your lock into to undo the key, like your key into to undo the lock. But this whole mechanism is what kind of like opens and closes the lock from the door, like does all the things that it needs to do inside the doorway. So it's like the mechanism for that. Okay, so we're going to go through this by, I'm going to unpack this. So first of all, I'm just going to give you an overall impression. So the image reads like a layered vision of a guarded, emergent light, a central masculine mediator, the angelic figure in the middle, bearing a contained source of golden wisdom, the cube, protected by an older primal force, the dragon up at the top, while a rupture or doorway, the black hole or the void, lurks behind. And below that, vulnerable innocent life, which represented by the koala, and the sparks of alchemical agency, the lightning and plus the wand and the feather, like that being that's doing something down at the bottom. There is also a figure working on a lock mechanism, which could be a motive of access, initiation, or opening. So we'll go just a little bit deeper into the symbolism. Um, so I'm going to unpack it as we go. So the angelic male figure holding a rectangular cube in the center. So his archetype is like the mediator, the bearer, the priest knight, the masculine in the mythic sense, the protector, the teacher, the steward of sacred law. The cube could represent a structure, containment, a covenant, a codified wisdom or technology. The rectangular box could also mean that it's something intentionally preserved or engineered, that it's not random. Okay. The golden light emanating from it is pure, transmuted wisdom, spirit in matter, the kind of light that heals, clarifies, or legitimizes. And so the symbolic message of just that part of the image could be that there is a deliberate, conscious bearer of a potent gift. It could be something around wisdom, technology, or the covenant. And it's being brought into the field, being into humanity's field. So remember, this is for all of humanity. This isn't just like a reading for one person. So it's the collective. Okay. And then underneath him is a small bit. Another set of outstretched arms under his arms. Okay. The archetype is the collective hands. So it could be the collective hands, the helpers, or the ancestral support. Could be inner aspects, double agency, or other people or groups supporting the bearer. Okay. The symbolic message behind that set of hands is the bearer is not solitary. Power is supported by others. The light depends on community, help, or unseen labor. Okay. So then we move up to the dragon that's up at the top, acting as a protector. Okay, so this dragon is an archetype. He's a primal guardian, keeper of the treasures, force of transformation. Dragons both guard and catalyze, and they can incinerate what is unready or catalyze and metamorphosize. So the symbolic message behind the dragon acting as a protector is the wisdom light, the wisdom or the light is precious and dangerous. It requires a fierce guardian. The dragon's presence legitimizes the treasures, but also warns the gift has risk and power. And I really feel that this could have something to do with the AI. Okay. So, um, AI can be a really good tool for people to help people throughout to help people as they're working through administrative duties or um, to help with editing when you're publishing material. It can help you create images. I do that as well. I use that to create images on so that like when my videos I can have really cool looking images to come up on my thumbnails and stuff that I don't have to worry about the copyrights or anything like that. And so like you can use AI in a good way, but I'm feeling like there's also it's kind of like it can be used for good or it can be used for bad. Just like electricity. Electricity can be used for good and it can be used for bad. It can be used to kill you. Fire can be good. Fire can be good as far as fire can heat you, can warm you, but it could also burn you. So like everything comes with everything that we have comes with like that there could be one side or the other. Like, how do I say this? Precious or dangerous. Okay, so it could be so this dragon is coming in with the wisdom and light and that it is precious. Okay, so this it's guarding this like precious light that this dude is in the middle. This calling him a dude now. This being in the middle that's holding the light. Okay, so we're given we're being given information and we're being given tools and it requires a fierce guardian. Okay, the dragon's presence legitimizes the treasure but also warns this gift has risk and power. Okay, so just there's a lot of things going on with AI as far as like people talking about that it's going to try to take us over. And I think that's where it's going. I think it's basically saying that this new technology needs to be protected so that it doesn't get into the wrong hands and that it gets used as a dangerous weapon. Okay? That we just need to be careful with it. We need to be careful because it can be good for us, but it could also not be so good for us. It could end up being dangerous if it gets into the wrong hands. So, okay, so let's go back to this void or whatever this like black hole or this fabric that's coming up the fabric of the hole in the fabric of reality. So this could be about the abyss, the unknown, or a rupture in the ordinary order, a portal to other states or collapses. So there could be all these things going on with it. So the symbolic message is the luminous offerings appears at the edge of or in response to a great unknown void. What are we getting into now? You getting into mommy's box? Now he's going to get into the box and try to get the blanket out of the box. No, you can't have that. It's not for the Neo. Oh, not for the Neo. No, 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 no. Please don't get into the box. Can you be a good boy and sit up in the back chair? Mommy's going to have to cut all these videos out because of you. Can you just be a good boy, honey noodle? Go on now. Go up and sit up on the couch. Go on. Go sit up, uppy on the couch. Go on, uppy up into the couch. And sit down and be a good boy. Can you do that for mommy? Yes. Yes, you can sit down and you can be a good boy. Okay, sorry about this. Mr. Neo, he has a mind of his own here. Okay, so we're gonna go back to this black hole and we're gonna start all over again because Neo has made me have to do this. Okay, so the symbolic meaning or the message of the black hole. You want attention again?
I want the attention of the mommy.
That's what he says to me.
I want the attention of the mommy. She's not giving me the full-on attention that I deserve, so I will do things every time she starts to talk to the computer. I'm gonna be a knucklehead.
Now, could you please be a good boy so mommy can talk and get through this part? The black hole. We're going back to the black hole in the fabric of reality behind the being. So the black hole that's up here. How do I get that to go away? Okay, this black hole that's up here at the top. It's like a crater, and then there's like a black hole, which I feel like is a hole in the fabric of reality. So the archetype for this is the abyss, the unknown, a rupture in the ordinary order, or it can be a portal to other states or collapses that's happening in humanity at the moment. The symbolic message is the luminous offerings appear at the edge of or in response to a great unknown void. The cube may be a bomb for the rupture, or the rupture may be allowed, excuse me, the rupture may be what allowed the cube to appear. It's liminal, danger, and opportunity. So it can be both. And then there's the koala bear that's underneath the black hole. And the archetype of the koala bear is innocence, vulnerability, slow clinging to comfort and home. Koalas carry undertones of rest, grounding, and the need for the habitat. The symbolic message, finally, he's going to settle. The symbolic message is vulnerable life, something beloved, slowly growing, something that could be dependent, sits beneath the rupture. It needs shelter and care. The placement under the hole suggests exposure. And then that's the placement of the koala bear underneath the hole, the black hole. Okay, so lightning with an alchemy. So this is a light being with an alchemy wand holding a golden, like he's basically doing something to this golden feather, right? So this could be a flash of divine inspiration, sudden alchemical change, or a messenger of energy. The feather is a message for air and spirit. The wand plus the feather is deliberate alchemy. Someone or some force is actively transmuting the light, raw power into a feather, lightness, message, and sacred signs. The symbolic message transformation is not accidental. There is agency turning raw force into a usable sign or talisman. Quick epiphanies are being shaped into gentle guidance. Okay, so then the golden light being working, basically pushing or working the door mechanism directly beneath the being. So this guy right here that's working on this door mechanism and pushing it out farther into reality. The archetype is a locksmith initiator, a technician of thresholds, an inner guardian of access. The symbolic message is that there are inner gates and mechanisms that must be engaged or turned for the central wisdom to be usable. Someone or a faculty is facilitating access, opening a door, turning a key, initiating a transition. So let's also look at the spatial positioning of the different things. So at the top, we have the dragon. See the top of the crystal? We have the dragon over everything. And it's an ancient guardianship and raw power, right? See, some of the power is even coming through, and this dragon is kind of helping to guard it. In the center, an angel being and a cube. My dog is making it very hard for me to do this video today. Every time I start going, he starts getting into something in the room. You need to stop. Mommy is getting a little bit irritated now. Why you just won't settle up on the couch? I've been trying to record this video and I've had to restart it 5 times. Could you please go up and sit on the chair so that I can get this video out to the peoples, Neil? They're making it take 20 times longer than it has to be, and I'll have to go in and do all kinds of editing. Thank you. So we're going to go with the spatial positioning and the meanings from top to bottom, center, and their periphery. Okay. So there we have the top with the dragon. It's the ancient guardianship of raw power. Okay. The center with the angel being the male angel being put with the cube is conscious stewardship of a precious gift, the focal solution or the offering to humanity. Under the center is the lock operator. The process of opening access, practical initiation. And beneath and behind the black hole and the koala, the context of rupture and vulnerability the offering must address. And then you have the lateral outside, your images, shimmering facets suggesting reflection, many faces, and multiplicity of perspectives. Okay? So, a quick overall, we'll go on to the next part. Okay, so we've got one. Sorry about that. My papers, I have everything written down here now. I'm going over. Okay, so one, we have a sacred gift in need of careful stewardship. The cube is powerful, golden, and must be held by a moral initiated figure. Two, we have a protection and a risk, plus a risk. The dragon protects but also warns that the gift could be dangerous if mishandled. Three, we have the threshold and initiation. The lock and the light being imply that access must be earned or worked for. It is not automatic. And then four, the collective support and hidden labor. The double arms and alchemical agent show that many hands and skills and a skilled transmutation are involved, okay? The fact that there's another set of hands underneath that being. Vulnerability. Here we go into number 5. The vulnerability beneath the rupture. The koala suggests beloved, defenseless life that requires care as the larger forces play out. This is the people. This is humanity. Number 6. The transformation of raw force into message. The light being the wand, the feather, is turning violence or chaos into signaling inspiration and a token to be carried. So this is what's happening on a collective level. So some questions that we might like to ask that the image invites us to ask. Okay. Who is the rightful bearer of this light? What qualities does the angelic figure teach us to cultivate? And then what is the cube containing? Law, technology, seed, a promise? What condition must be met before it's opened? Is the dragon guarding because the world is not ready, or because the treasure must be tested? What does the black hole want to draw in? Is it a wound that must be healed or a portal to be crossed? Who or what does the koala represent in our collective life that needs shelter now? What needs shelter in our life? And what key must be turned? What inner mechanism must we engage to allow the light to reach and heal what lies beneath? So, this just gives you a lot to think about with this. And I'm thinking I just want to recap maybe what this whole image is all about by giving a core spiritual message. So, at the center of the vision is a conscious steward carrying a contained golden light, a sacred gift of clarity, covenant, and possibility. Above it circles a fierce guardian, not to scare us, but to remind us that what is luminous must be honored and protected. Behind the blessing is a rupture, a deep threshold or invitation to change. And understand that threshold sits the small, beloved lives that ask for shelter. Around and beneath the center light are hands, keys, and alchemies. The image says that healing and initiation require careful tending, deliberate unlocking, and the transmutation of raw power into gentle guidance. The sole task offered to humanity is learn stewardship. Hold the bright gifts with humanity, guard them with compassion, open the inner locks that let light reach the vulnerable, and turn violent force into into messages and care. We are asked to steward a bright and precious gift with humanity, not arrogance. Guardianship is a vow. Protection must go hand in hand with compassion for the small and vulnerable. The deep rupture is an invitation. Work the inner key, transmute force into tenderness, and open the way. So that's basically what this crystal is trying to say to us, or what I have deciphered what this crystal is trying to say. Okay, so I decided that it would be nice to create a guided meditation, a stewardship of the golden light. Okay, so I'm going to now take you on a guided meditation through this crystal image, or using the crystal image as inspiration for this. Take a moment to get comfortable in the seat or bed that you are in. Let your body settle. Feel the weight of the earth behind you, steady and supportive. Take a slow, deep breath in And exhale gently. With each breath, allow your mind to soften and your heart to open. Take another deep breath in and out. Breath in and out. And imagine before you a vast dark space, like the inside of the night sky. At the center floats a radiant golden cube, glowing from within. See its light shimmering outward, soft yet strong. This cube is a symbol of wisdom, of sacred gifts, of the higher knowledge that humanity is being asked to steward. Slightly ask yourself, what golden light am I carrying? What gift is mine to tend with humility? Rest with whatever arises. Above the cube, imagine the presence of a great dragon, majestic, watchful, protective. Its wings curve around the light, shielding it. Feel the dragon not as threat, but as ally. The fierce part of you that knows how to guard what is sacred. And ask yourself inwardly, what boundaries must I honor to protect what is precious in me and in the world? Then breathe in the dragon's courage and breathe out your own vow of guardianship. Now let your vision widen. Behind the cube, see a dark rupture, like a tear in the fabric of reality, a mystery, an unknown. And beneath that opening, notice a small, gentle creature representing innocence, the vulnerable, and the tender parts of life. As you gaze at this small being, let compassion rise in your heart. Whisper silently, I will shelter what is small. I will care for what is tender. Take a breath and imagine golden light streaming down from the cube, bathing the vulnerable in a warm and safety golden glow. to one side. A flash of light begins to spark. It is in skilled hands that the light is caught, shaped by an alchemical wand, and transformed into a golden feather floating upward. This is a symbol of transformation, the turning of raw power into message, inspiration, and guidance. Ask yourself, what strong force in me, anger, grief, or energy, can I soften and transmute into something light, healing, and true? See your chosen force turning now into a feather of wisdom you can carry. Now, beneath the central cube, see a shining being working at the mechanism of a lock. As you inhale, imagine the key turning. As you exhale, feel the lock click open. With each breath, the passage opens wider. The golden light flows freely, spreading into every corner of the vision. Say silently, I am ready to unlock the doors within me that keep love and wisdom contained. I open the way for light to flow into the world. Now, let the whole vision surround you. The cube of light shining at the center, the dragon standing guard, the rupture acknowledged but softened by light, the sheltered beings, the feather rising, and the door unlocked. Rest in this image. Breathe slowly and deeply. Know that this is the invitation of our time to carry the sacred gift with humility, to protect what is precious with compassion, to shelter the vulnerable, to transmute raw life force into gentle guidance, and to unlock the doors that allow love and wisdom to flow freely. Take 3 more slow breaths. On the inhale, whispered inwardly, I receive the light. On the exhale, whisper, I share the light. Take a deep breath in. I receive the light. And out. I share the light. Another breath in. I receive the light. And out. I share the light. One more time. Breathe in. I receive the light. And out. I share the light. And when you're ready, bring your awareness back to your body. Feel your feet, your hands, your breath. And as you open your eyes, carry with you the remembrance. You are a steward of the golden light in this time of human evolution. If you liked this video and you felt that it helped you, please, please, please share this out to others out there in the world. It will help me get my messages out, but it'll also help whoever needs to hear this will find it type of thing. So please help me by sharing my videos, maybe putting a little bit of a message into the comments on the YouTube channel if you're seeing this on the YouTube. And just know that it is this message here is for humanity, and I hope that it helps people out as they move forward through this time that we're finding ourselves in. And also, because so many people have been requesting a they've been requesting their own personal crystal gazing messages, I have decided to do crystal readings. Okay, so going forward, I'm going to be putting up a link on my website. And if you would like to avail of it, you can come and have a crystal reading. So you might not be interested in hypnosis, but you might want to have your crystal, a crystal, whatever the crystal wants to say to you, kind of thing. So I be incorporating a crystal reading with a little bit of a tarot with my new tarot deck that I have. I have this Izzy Ivy Unveiling the Golden Age. It's a visionary tarot experience from Izzy Ivy. And I find that the tarot cards that she has in her tarot work very well. So I'm going to be doing where I will crystal gaze a message for you and go unpack the symbolism. And then I will do a reading with the cards to go with it. And it'll all be recorded. You don't have to be in person. It'll be recorded and then sent to you in an email kind of thing so that you can um, look at your private session at your leisure, and you'll have it all recorded so you can go back and listen. So if you would like to do that, it's something new that I'm offering, and they're called crystal gazing and oracle card readings or something like that. So definitely do come in and avail of that going forward. And last but not least, I just want to thank everybody who does come in and um, watch my videos and who is sharing my videos out to the world. I just want to thank all of you for coming in and listening and engaging. It really means a lot. So until next week, I'm sending you lots of love and lots of light. See you next week with whatever it is that I decide to do. I'm excited to share that I am now offering personal crystal and oracle card readings. These sessions are much like the collective humanity readings I share, but this time they're tailored just for you, bringing through the guidance, clarity, and messages that are meant to support your unique journey. Book your reading with Robin Nicole today by clicking the link in the description of this video.